Walker, KO, Walker, KO, Walker, KO, Walker, KO. Boy, white black, bitch, tell me what
This was
let's do it. Man, they think they can see us, man. This that some shit, my niggas. They can't see us, man. Well, see my birds, you understand, nigga. Zone City, whatever. Gucci, Jimmy.
He's here to kill that little girl and anybody who gets in his way.
Oh, God.
Who's gonna be next?
What's going on, YouTube? We back in the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn Nimes YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key, aka the Low Key Horror Cave. Yes, it's October, and you know we got some spooky horror movie reviews. We got a lot of Halloween talk. We got a lot of horror movie talk, verses, and all of that. So definitely appreciate everybody who's been checking out the content. Make sure you come through tonight. We are doing our top 10 horror movie mass verses. Look, my glasses are crooked. Y'all let me know, man. Don't be letting me in here and talk my glasses. Anyway, yeah, boy, yes. You know I got your boy Michael on here. Let me go and put on a search, you know. Definitely always got to represent your boy Michael, you know. But yes, man, as you know, last year Halloween Ends came to an end. Shout out to everybody who came through and check out their review. I did a little retro review also of the original movie. But now I wanted to jump into one of actually my favorite Michael Myers Halloween films that I think kind of under the radar with certain people, or one of the worst probably to certain people. But this is actually one of the ones I really enjoy. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. This is one of the ones I caught around the times of the AMC Fear Fest, which they still do now. I know they got something I think joined with Shudder or whatever. But once again, I wasn't really caught up on all the sequels, including the Friday the 13th sequel. So I caught on to these very late, as far as, like I said, when I was younger. Well, in past tense. But anyway, I didn't even know, or I think these came out in the 80s or whatever, as far as these last couple sequels, as far as Halloween 4 and Halloween 5. Y'all can let me know if I'm wrong. Did Halloween 5 come out in the 90s? But anyway, I never watched Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. So once again, this was my reintroduction back to Halloween 4. I had already seen, I think, Halloween H2O. I might have had seen Halloween Resurrection, but I had never seen these as far as Halloween 4 or 5. So AMC Fear Fest is on. I'm watching all the marathons. Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and just so happened, Halloween. Say what you want to say about the Halloween franchise as far as the sequels, especially leading up into Busta Rhymes karate chopping Michael. But if you talking about just coherent stories or trying to actually give you somewhat of a plot, think about the Friday the 13th franchise and them just saying, we're going to throw a bunch of kids in this camp and just boom, y'all getting chopped up, slaughtered, or whatever. You could have said the same thing about the Halloween franchise, as them saying we're just going to throw Michael in the neighborhood and have him going around killing a bunch of people, which he actually somewhat does in this film. But the thing about it is, this is somewhat of a direct sequel to Halloween 2, being that Halloween 3 that had nothing to do with Michael Myers. So it kind of made it the story a little bit more interesting, in my opinion, being that this is the first time we are seeing Michael return back to Haddonfield since the events of Halloween 1 and 2, when he pretty much was chasing after Laurie Strode, killing all her friends, and then kept chasing her ass in the hospital. We're not talking about David Gordon Green's new franchise where he pretty much erased all that shit outside of the original film. But anyway, I enjoyed this one, man. Once again, having the reintroduction back to Dr. Loomis, and this kind of being now his story with basically him versus Michael outside of Laurie Strode, but also still getting that Laurie Strode connection with, now finding out that she had a daughter, which Jamie. And the whole thing with this story being still that whole thing with the continuity of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode being brother and sister, and Jamie being his niece. So getting that little story with her being introduced and her being pretty much in with these adoptive people and Rachel coming into the picture, and the chemistry between Jamie and Rachel definitely helped for me, and me believing these two individuals and actually not wanting anything to happen to them, especially Jamie. But more so than anything, I was really enjoying Dr. Loomis. Once again, anytime, shout out and rest in peace to Donald Pleasance. When he is in these movies, bad or good, The Curse of Michael Myers, rest in peace to Donald Pleasance once again. This is his role. This is Dr. Loomis' role, and this is one of the reasons I really can't stand the Rob Zombie movies and what they did with that Dr. Loomis character and what they did with fucking Halloween 2, Rob Zombie. Oh my God. Anyway, this is one of my ones because, like I said, just following, seeming like we are getting his story as far as him versus Michael Myers, it was really intriguing to me. But not only that, it was the whole thing with Michael still having like this whole like blood grudge with his family, and now since he can't get the Lori or he don't know where she at, coming after his niece, you know. But this movie does kind of have somewhat of some replicates of Halloween Kills as far as David Gordon Green, because once people in the town actually find out that Michael Myers might be around or might has returned, we get this whole mob mentality of people gathering up after they start thinking about the events that happened from the original movie, and a lot of that does come into play. So I might feel like, or y'all can let me know if you remember the Halloween 4 or whatever, but I do think David Gordon Green definitely took somewhat of some hints or some little influence from, I think, all the franchise. He probably looked at all the Halloween movies, even though he didn't want to have nothing to do or no implication or no ties to these sequels, took little bits and pieces in from there. But with Halloween 4, which I feel like could have changed the franchise, could have redefined the franchise, outside of them doing everything which was original as far as what Michael does, coming back to the neighborhood, killing everybody, even the whole mob trying to come after him and him pretty much doing. Now this is one thing where it was kind of like, what the fuck is going on, Michael? Him doing the whole 007 James Bond shit where he was kind of teleporting. Like, bro, was you hanging on the bottom of the truck? Because we had this whole situation where Jamie and Rachel get picked up by some of the mob people, and they are heading out because they got the state police coming in, and they're coming after Michael, but we don't know where the hell Michael is. Where the hell Michael is? Blah, blah, blah. They just had a fight, I think, with him and Dr. Loomis in the school or whatever, and he pretty much just disappears. Little do we know, the nigga is on the truck. My thing is, while the truck is driving, he comes up from bottom of the truck, throwing everybody out, and he got a crazy scene where he throw his hand through the window and start grabbing somebody's neck. It is a very, very brutal scene, bro. That's one thing I can give Michael credit for as far as getting creative with his kills. Jason does it too, but Michael, you know, with the butcher knife and everything, put that shit to the side in this movie. I got this. I'm gonna use my hands, and he gonna use his hands a lot in this. But just outside of that, more so of him doing the normal shit that Michael does, it's really going into this ending. His mask is probably an issue too in this. Now I gotta talk about it because I got plenty of issues with Michael Myers mask throughout the franchise. Halloween H2O, you. Once again, make sure y'all come through for top 10 horror movie masks tonight as far as the low-key horror cave. But yes, this shit was just too clean. Like, Michael Myers got rugged, you know, dirt. Like, bro just escaped the mental hospital in that first original movie. And that mask wasn't looking clean. That shit was rugged. The fact is, his mask clean and his hair slicked back. Like, what? Bro going for a job interview. He ain't going to kill nobody. But that's probably one of my only gripes. At least they always kept his eyes black, though. Michael Myers, one of the most intimidating things about him, especially his mask, is the fact that you can't see his eyes. Outside of that, though, this ending. The ending probably for me is what really made me enjoy the movie and what made me go back to the movie. It's like, oh shit, this is where we going? Once again, I had not seen these sequels leading up in all, you know, the Halloween H2Os or whatever, but this ending and having everything that just happened with Jamie running around scared, never really, like, she was never gave a sense that she was going to turn into what she ends up going to as far as the end of the movie. But she was always just very urgent, fearful, thinking about this person coming after her, knowing Michael being her uncle or whatever. But the ending, everything go down. The whole town, people gang up, including the sheriff, shoot Michael down or whatever. He's supposedly dead, which we don't see the body. But it's this whole setup with them going back to Jamie's foster parents' house, her and Rachel or whatever, Dr. Loomis and the cops there. Her stepmom's about to give her a bath, and then we get that whole play out scene like we got in the original Halloween with the mask going on the face, and we getting that point of view of Michael Myers, but now it's Jamie. And then this scene, I'm telling you, man, it was such a good scene for me, in my point of view, me watching it because I was such in the shock, like, oh, that's what y'all doing? And the whole thing with Jamie turning basically into an uncle as far as Michael, and now that whole thing with we have another child killer. We have another pure evil substance, and it's really that expression from Dr. Loomis, man. That look on his face. Once again, Donald Pleasance putting everything into this role, whether the movie is good or bad. And it's like, bro was about to shoot her. He was like, I'm not doing this. We not about to do this. We not about to send you to no hospital. We not about to do none of that. He was about to shoot her. Oh, man. Once again, I only could imagine what they would have done if they would have stuck to landing. But they were so afraid. But not only that, it was the money. It's a business. We need Michael. Don't nobody know who Jamie is. What mask Jamie gonna wear? Like, what we gonna do with that? But my thing is, if they would have stuck to landing, because the Halloween 5, oh my God, horrible movie. Jamie, oh my gosh, y'all gotta watch it. But Jamie on some damn, like, Jamie basically on some premonition type shit, or what is this shit? Like, she basically looked through Michael Myers' eyes. She in a like state where she can't speak. They didn't stick to landing. They got afraid. They didn't want to go through the whole movement. Okay, now we're going with Jamie. Michael is done. We're going to leave that alone. Or they could even have a thing where Michael was just laying low. I don't know, man, but I feel like if they would have stuck to landing and went into the direction of making Jamie the new thing, like pushing her to be this new form of Michael Myers, man, there was her niece. We could be having different topics today as far as direction they could have went in on Michael. And even though they would have went back, they still would have been doing Michael Myers movies, reboots or whatever. But I'm just establishing how important the Jamie character could have actually became within the franchise. This was a bold move, and I think this was really what captivated me about the Halloween 4 movie. This ending. Like, it almost gave me, once again, I hadn't seen the movie. Well, I don't know if I had seen movies like Saw or whatever. And it wasn't the whole fact of it being a twist. Well, it was a twist. This was a twist ending because it's like, I didn't know. Jamie had been terrified the entire movie. She was scared the entire movie. For them to go in this direction and her turn around and now she's this, it was like, oh, so it was more so of her trying to fight her own feelings or maybe her own transformation, knowing that she was having these feelings. I don't know. But all I know is that ending definitely could have done something different for the franchise. And I'm surprised they haven't went into somewhat of a direction towards that, even with the new David Gordon Green franchise. Because I thought some people was even thinking they might have was going to do that with Laurie Strode's granddaughter, which they didn't do. But anyway, man, outside all of that, this is still somewhat, to me, a good Halloween movie within the Michael Myers franchise as far as the Halloween franchise. It's a good one. Outside of them other sequels, I even might would put it just, I don't want to say it, but I almost want to put it a little bit above Halloween H2O. I'm telling you, watch it, go watch both of them back to back, and you'll see what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, especially with the ending and with the mask. I'm saying, this mask ain't that good, but go look at Halloween H2O mask, bro. Bro, you can see Michael Myers' eyes, eye boogers. He look cross-eyed. They got a scene where it look like they writing facial expressions on the mask. That's all I'm saying. But y'all let me know how y'all feel if y'all have had a chance to check out Halloween 4. I'm pretty sure everybody has, especially with AMC, now that they doing their whole marathons of horror movies or whatever. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell, let you know I'm uploading videos. Other than that, we out.